10 weekly. Now I moved it to Mondays. It's usually on Sundays. We're going weekly now on Monday, top 10. There's nothing going on, no tournaments or anything to worry about. So, yo, how y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. Please like, subscribe, and share to your friends, family, anyone you don't hate, pretty much. People you like, or if you do hate them, send them me, so I can probably troll the shit out of them, because that's what I do best. Today is gonna be a special top 10 since Sun and Moon's coming out this Friday, and I'm not a scumbag that fucking downloaded it, pirated, or on that one guy on YouTube that's telling everyone how the game's going. There's a special place in hell for that kind of guy. I'm gonna give my favorite top 10 Pokemon games. Out of all Pokemon games, they're my favorite top 10. That's me. I'm not counting 7, even though I looked into it a little bit. Okay. I will play that later. 7 most likely gonna be put on there. At the beginning, I didn't put trading card game either on there, I think. Maybe I did. I'm not really sure if I did. I don't know if I did that or not. If I did, yo, if I didn't, it's because it's not really a game for me. It's more of a physical game, even though there is an online version. So, let's start this bitch up. Honorable mention real quick. Pokemon Go gets an honorable mention. I think it's I think it was a good idea, just poorly executed a little bit. They got a little bit butthurt, letting the little side programs be in there. But again, I gave it a solid honorable mention because I don't hate the game. I think the game was pretty clean. I thought the whole idea was awesome. It was pretty fun, but there was probably a fad overall. I agree with the Game Boy game, but there's the online version too, which you always play that. Number 10 in my Pokemon list of favorite games is Pokken Tournament. The game was sick and clean. The game was fun. It was a fighting game, a real fighting game. It was that different from Smash. This is why I liked it. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I traded it in. You're like, why, Red? Did you trade it in for? One, we all know the DLC was gonna come on Pokken, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna wait till Pokken comes out. 2, I got frustrated and raged and traded in. 4 or 3, I just don't like going against range guys in there when everyone wants to play range in that game. All they do is play range. So I got kind of frustrated. But the game was fun. When I did play it was awesome. The game does not move up higher because you can play it over and over again without getting bored unless you're part of the competitive side. But the story mode was kind of weird. But I think overall this is a good fighting game. It's something to grow from. I like it. I'm hoping the next one is better. That's number 10. Number 9. Let's go and scroll down to my little picture list here. That is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl is number 9. Now, it would be higher if the story was better. All Pokemon story has weird things that it is, but the story in the game unfolded slowly. What keeps it from being higher up on my list. If it wasn't such a slow game, I think it would probably be a top 5er. But the game was slow. Everything didn't really form fast enough. You get bogged down and bullshit trying to level up and stuff, and it lost its pacing and it lost its way, kind of. And then once you start getting to the story, like, okay, this is clean, this is badass, I had fun, but it took time for that story to develop, and it wasn't really. It took time, and again, as people that play the game now, we want our shit now. I don't want it now, but I want to at least have it. Hey, can I get the story to evolve faster? Or, sorry, that was a horrible way to say it. Bad pun, bad. Can we get this story to help? I mean, let's just move the story along a little bit. That's my issue with Diamond and Pearl. But again, it was still a good game. It's number 9 on my list. Number 8. Pokemon Gala Darkness. Real reason why it's number 8. This is the main reason why I love this game, and it's still in my head. It's the guy with the fro, dancing with the Lodi Colos. I mean, that whole little thing right here going. I mean, Lodi Colo's already a thug. It's a Hispanic thug. You already know he's in this whole different way. That was clean. And the whole chain, bringing Pokemon from the dark side back to normal, cleansing them. The good story, a nice story that wasn't on a console or on a Game Boy, I should say. It was cool. The whole, you have like 3 generations of games in there or something like that. I enjoyed it. The game was fun. It's only 8 because the game wasn't totally up there on my list. And I think there's some plot holes missing with the story. But other than that, the game was solid. I like it. Plus the guy dancing was pretty badass. Best part of the game. You're damn right, Strike. Best part of the game was the guy dancing. Number 7, Pokemon Black and White. Now, if you looked at the Tamikaze top 5, which I will put in my information below, the bio, this made the top 5, which I think this game was a top 5 game. But compared to my other games, you're going to understand why I didn't. Black and White was a good game. Black and White, though, gave you the finger after you beat the game the first time. Oh, I beat the game. Yay, you didn't. There's a whole second map to uncover. And if you didn't fully train up enough, you're like, oh, I'm at 50-something, 60. This is easy. You're walking to level 70s and 80s getting bodied. You're like, whoa, this is unprepared. And that's not a bad part of the game. That's what the best part of the game was. The only knock I give it was, what was the knock I give it? I wasn't a big fan of the starters. Were not really a good choice to me. I think the starters were pretty meh at best. That's what makes this one go down, because the starters were not as good as I thought they would be. I think it was Emboar, well, that's the full one, Turpix, Snivy, and some water fucker. And then none of them really just made you give a shit. I wasn't down. Emboar was probably the best in the game. Maybe the water one was, but overall the game was good. A good story overall. It was awesome, and I think it's maybe a top 5 game out of just the Game Boy generations, one after another. Yes, the current new starters are going to be a lot better. What was I saying? Yeah, I think out of just Pokemon first gen, second gen, third gen, so on and so forth, this is a top 5, maybe third best one out of all, maybe around there. It's a top 5er for sure. It's a good game, but it's not in my top 5 or 7. Just because there's some things lacking that I had to be really picky on. Number 6, Pokemon motherfucking Snap. Yes, this got number 6. Now this got a higher number on the other one. We'll let y'all see that one later. It's still check the bio below for that one too. Pokemon Snap. It was one of those Pokemon games that you were not prepared to. Not everyone ran out and went, oh, Pokemon Snap out, let me go play this game here. No. This is one of those games after your friends went, hey, you need to buy this fucking game. This game is fun. This game is awesome. This game was a surprising game that goes, you know what? This is really good. This is really thought through of what you can do to get all the Pokemon. Just trying to take pictures and trying to like throw an apple or throw something to make another Pokemon pop out. Like Gyarados out of the waterfall or some shit like that. That was fucking clean. There was a lot of tricks in this thing. It was so awesome. And it was a very game that came really not out of nowhere, but from one anime episode or I don't know, like one little season of this to have a little picture guy the whole time and make a game out of this. Oh, this thing went a long way for a game that really didn't have the legs that they thought it was going to have. It was like, whoa, this is surprising. And yes, I want to see the remake. This needs to be remade for Switch. If this was on Switch and you gave us all the Pokemon, right? Do Pokemon Switch with all the Pokemon? Oh my god, that would be sick. You have the Kanto region. You just go, oh my god, this game would sell so hard. Number 5, Ruby and Sapphire. Now, again, this is my personal favorite. This is not what I think is going to be good and what's going on the other side. Ruby and Sapphire has my favorite starter in general on there, aka Trico, aka Sceptile. Is my favorite Pokemon up there. Number 2 has probably the number 1 Rule 34 Pokemon out there, Garbodor. That's kind of hard, 2 things to beat out. You just can't say no to 2 Pokemon like that. It has Garbodor, which is everyone big titty Pokemon they all want to deal fuck and everything. Let's don't lie. All the guys are perverts. And top it all off, you have fucking Sceptile, my favorite Pokemon. The game is solid. The remake is clean. They have Tailo, another Pokemon I like. There's a lot of things in here I like. And the story, again, like all the other stories, the stories are lacking sometimes, but the story made little sense, had fun. I'm a big fan of Rain, so I like the Sapphire version and shit like that. This game was fun. The game was awesome. The game was fun to play. And the remake was just as good because it was pretty much a Gen 6. But Ruby and Sapphire, this was it. I probably put that higher for no damn reason, but that's the reason why. Titties and my favorite. Number 4 is actually X and Y. Why I put it before Ruby and Sapphire is because the remake I think was better than Ruby and Sapphire. And I played X and Y, which had the same system, and I was like, you know what? What's the point in putting X and Y out there after Ruby. And I'm like, no. This came out, the remake came out after this one, and this had all the same. It's a less clunky, more polished out game, which was pretty good. I like all the Pokemon that's in this one. You get your Froakies, you have your Mega, and I'm actually a big fan of the Megas. The Megas are pretty neat. I like the Mega versions. That's pretty awesome. And it's set up to make Ruby and Sapphire better with the remake of Ruby and Sapphire, but plus all the games you have, all the stuff you have in this game. I mean, this game was loaded. The only downside of this game was experience share kind of kills it a little bit, even though I don't hate it as much as I should, but it does make the game a little too fucking easy. But I like Team Flare, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of shit going on like that, while you have freaking Team Skull coming soon, walking like this, what's up, thug, like shit like that's about to happen. Y is good. I don't hate X and Y, it's just, I don't hate it. I like X and Y. It's not a top 3 though for me. Number 3, though, since we're speaking of the devil, Pokemon Red and Blue. You're like, why is the first gen so far behind the other ones? Because, let's be honest, well, Red, Blue, Green, Yellow, plus the remix, all that shit. First gen will always be in your heart. Once you play the first of any kind of game, and then every game after that, you're like, you know what, first gen is the way. But honestly, first gen was pretty a shitty. Overall, it was a not shitty game. It was a very breakable game. I'm not even talking about code. You can do your little code shit and beat the game in 34 seconds. Or you can go Neo King and use Thrash and Horn Drill and accuracy bullshits and win the game that way. There's ways of playing it. This game was a good game when it came out. No one's expecting this game to stay as long as it did. Like, oh, here you go, fam. Alright. Which is true, yeah. All first games usually suck. But out of all first games, this game is actually a lot better than most first games are. But yeah, it was just things you could do to this game that, again, it's such an old school game to me. You're like, when they made the remake of it, Fiery Red and Leafy Green, the game was so much polished, so much better. The game was just a lot better in general. And that's why it's number 3, because I cannot put this game lower than 3. So number 2 is Pokemon Battle Revolution, Stadium, Coliseum, those type of games from there all the way up. And I'm hoping we get something like this in the Switch with the Gen 7 and all those Pokemon. Just having all your Pokemon being 3D fighting. To me, just having them 3D, a little mini game and all that jazz, I actually enjoyed this game way too damn much. This version, Coliseum, Stadium, I enjoyed all those way more than I should have. And I don't understand why I enjoyed them so much. I mean, you get your 3D Pokemon, which is, everyone likes to see their Pokemon play 3D. If you ever watch Twitch plays Pokemon, this is always going on during it. This is probably maybe like Pokemon Battle Revolution, Stadium, all them a lot more than I should, just because I enjoy that stream way too damn much to not enjoy this. Just the whole fact you see your Pokemon in 3D. That is as sick as it can be. Yes, you're the 3D XL and you go perfect. I don't care about that fucking 3D DS. I don't care about that. This right here, you see a full Pokemon on both sides. You see full shapes. You see full sizes. It looks clean. It's solid. And it's fun. And it's just one of those games that just I enjoyed way too damn much. And I can actually, this game has so much replayability. To me, it's unreal. That's why it's number 2, because I can replay this game over and over again and never get bored of it. Number 1, and last but not least, Pokemon Gold and Silver, aka Heart Gold and Something Silver 2. Either way you want to say it. I like Pokemon Gold and Silver. Why is it number 1? Because this is the game that ensured the Pokemon franchise was going to be here for a little bit longer than what they planned on one little game. When you made Pokemon Gold and Silver, you went, you know what? Let's take a step in the right direction. What they did, a step in the right direction, they cleaned up some of the Pokemon issues they were having, some of the glitchable shit. Yeah, you can still do some glitches and still beat the game. Not as easy, but you can still beat the game. But they made the game, they cleaned it up, they freshened it up, the Pokemon looked better, the colors, all the above happened. And on top of that, after you beat that version of it, you go to the other side and you beat the old 8 badges from the game the generation before. At the end of that, when you get on top of the mountain, you go against Red. This game had everything you needed, had a lot of good Pokemon, had a lot of good legendaries, had everything you want in this game. This game introduced us Celebi. This game gave us Lugia. This game gave us Ho-Ho. This game gave you Suicune. The two other random dogs, I can't remember on top of my head what they are. They gave us Feraligatr, Typhlosion, even though I think that Pokemon sucks balls. They gave you the Magnum Pokemon. I know it's not a name, not Magnum, but I say that Pokemon name, I go, hey, that's a damn condom, and we all know it. Get the whole, and it was a game was just that much better than the first generation, which this right here, this game, these two games, is the reason why I'm still a Pokemon fan, still a fanboy of all fanboys. This game was sick. This game was clean. This game was such a step in the right directions. And plus the remakes are just as good. And you have a chance to play Emerald. I played Crystal back in the day. I played Emerald 2. Not Emerald, the other version. Wrong game. I'm talking about Crystal, not Emerald. I'm a dumbass. When I played Pokemon Crystal back in the day, that was such a fun game. Overall, this game was nice. This game was fun. This is the best Pokemon game out there in general. I'm sorry. This is. You might have your own opinion. If you have your own opinion, please put the comment below. Hope you all enjoyed the top 10. If you didn't enjoy the top 10, then why did you watch it? Number 2, it's Pokemon. We all enjoy it. And 3, to repeat myself, I did not put TGC in there because, well, no. And people that have been on YouTube playing the game of Sun and Moon and releasing videos on it before the game came out, you can all go to hell. You can all go suck a dick. And I hope Nintendo finds you and sues the shit out of you. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. See y'all later. Thank you, YouTube. Hope you have a good motherfucking day. Adios, amigos. Later.